So hi students, today or this week you're going to be working with commas. So let's go ahead and start the lesson on commas. So for commas this week, you will be working with commas to separate items in a series, introductory phrases or words, in tag questions, and indirect addresses. So, ways to use commas. There are these 4 ways: commas in a series or list, commas in introductory sentences, commas in tag questions, and commas in direct addressed. So the first one is your Bell worksheet. It will look like this. Read the sentences, click on the click here to type your answers, and then type the whole sentence, making sure to include the commas. And then commas in a series. This is the one you will be doing on Monday. And commas in a series are usually placed between lists of words. This is done to eliminate using the word "and" too much in a sentence. And you should have only one "and" in a single sentence. So commas in a series. These are some examples. Jonathan, Bess, and Stuart are best friends. These are all people, so they use commas to separate these lists of people. And I want you to remember that the last comma always comes before the word "and." Mark, please remember to shut down the computer, feed the dog, and iron your uniform. These are all the list of things that Mark has to do. Last one, I need pens, pencils, and notebooks. This is a list of the things that the person needs. Okay, so we will go ahead and do an example. There are pillows, blankets, sheets, and food all over the floor. Our list of things are the pillows, blankets, sheets, and food. So we are going to place these commas behind our list. Our first word was pillows. Our next word is blankets. And then we have the word "and" here. Do we need another comma? Yes, we do. So we will put it behind the word sheets. So when you look at your sentence, it should look like this. Remember, the last comma comes before the word "and." So moving on from this, we're going to talk about commas and introductory phrases. This is the one you're going to do on Tuesday. You should have 2 sentences to work on for this one. First of all, an introductory phrase element in a sentence is the word or phrase or clause that appears at the beginning of the sentence before the main clause starts. A comma will follow the introductory phrase. So in other words, the introductory phrase will come at the beginning of the main sentence. So it says here, put a comma after introductory words, phrases, or clauses. Yes, I do need that report. Our introductory phrase here is the word Yes. Next sentence. To apply for this job, you must have previous experience. Our introductory phrase here is to apply for this job. Last sentence. Therefore, I would appreciate a response. Our introductory phrase here is the word therefore. So, in this lesson, the words that are on Tuesday's Bellwork, look for the introductory phrase at the beginning and place the comma after the introductory phrase. So we will go to an example. Today, you will be working on commas. Okay, the comma is going to go after what word? You are correct if you said today. Why? Because the word you, the whole phrase right here, you will be working on commas. That's one whole sentence, right? So that is our main clause. That's the main sentence. But today tells us when we're going to do it. So today is our introductory phrase. You guys understand that? Okay, let's get back to the next lesson. It's going to be on Wednesday. You should have 2 sentences to do with this one. Commas and tag questions. Tag questions are short questions added to the end of a sentence. You will write the complete sentence, then place a comma before you ask the short question. So here, I want you to pay attention to this middle part. Using commas with tag questions. So you've studied for your test, haven't you? Haven't you is our short question. You've studied for your test is our main clause. That's, I guess, a complete thought right there. You have one older sister, right? So right is our short question. He tracked mud into the house, didn't he? Didn't he is our short question. So you have to make sure that those have commas before it, before you ask the short question. So if you look down here, some of these sentences have tag questions. Like number 2, your stepdad is a physical therapist, isn't that correct? So our tag question is, isn't that correct? So we made sure that there is a comma before that question was asked. The next one, it says, is in number 3. It was amazing, don't you agree? So our tag question is, don't you agree? And there's a comma right in front of it. And the last one is on number 5. You weren't surprised, were you? Were you is our short question. So there's a comma before our short question. So we will go to doing an example. Oops, sorry. You had pizza last night, didn't you? What's our short question? Yes, you are right. Didn't you is our question. So we're going to make sure that this comma goes in front of our question. So that's how it should look. And the last one that you're going to do is commas in direct address. This one you will be doing on Thursday. You have 2 sentences to do this. Direct address involves the use of a person's name or title to address a remark or a question directly to that person. So something that is asked to a certain person, that is when you're going to use commas on those sentences. The direct address may be at the beginning, middle, or end of a sentence. Place a comma before or after or both a person's name or title if something is being directed at them. So here are some examples. You have the beginning of a sentence. Sarah, have you finished cleaning your bedroom? Sarah is an actual name. That's why there's a comma behind it. And then if you have it at the end of a sentence, it looks like this. It smells like something is burning, Mom. So Mom is the title of a person, so they have a comma right in front of it. And then if it's in the middle of a sentence, it says, it could be something like this. Please, Dad, give me one more chance. Dad is the title of a person. So because this person is being asked for one more chance, a question is being directed at them. So they have a comma in front and behind the word. So number 1, it says, I'll call you tomorrow, Grandpa, to let you and Grandma know what time the concert starts. So he's only talking to Grandpa. That's why there's a comma in front of Grandpa and behind Grandpa. Brett and Wyatt, I would like to speak with you before you go to recess, said Mrs. Peterson. Brett and Wyatt are actual names, so there's a comma behind it because the teacher's talking to only these 2. It's time to eat, boys, Mom called from the kitchen. Boys is the title of people that are in there. And she's asking them, telling them it's time to eat. That's why there's a comma before the word boys. I'm going to catch a ride with Aunt Joy. I don't think we need a comma there because they're not directing the question at anyone. So let's move on to our example. And in our example, first one, we have Lataya. How are you doing? Lataya is at the beginning, is the name of a person, and it is at the beginning of a sentence. So our comma is going to go right behind Lataya's name. You guys see that? Okay, now clean your room, Colin, before you go out to play. So who is this sentence directed at? Who is this person talking to? They're talking to Colin. And Colin is in the middle of the sentence. So if it's in the middle of the sentence, how is it we do it? Correct. We use 2 commas. We put one in front of Colin's name and then another one behind Colin's name. So if the name is in the middle of the sentence, you use 2 commas before the name and after the name. The last sentence, did you watch the video, Asa? This question is directed at Asa. So since Asa is at the end of the sentence, we just need 1 comma to put behind the word video, right before the word Asa. Okay, so I hope that you all have learned something here. And this is the way that your lesson it will be this week for Bellwork. Good luck, and if you need any help, contact your homeroom teachers or me. And thank you. We will see you next week. Bye.